Hi, it's Jason from drpremed.com. I want to talk to you guys today on a special message that we have since today is Mother's Day and most of us know the significant roles that our mothers have played in our lives. And I want to share with you guys a story called Don't Get Off the Boat. And where does this story come from? It comes from when I was a freshman at Northwestern University and I was taking general chemistry and organic chemistry, and that was one of the hardest courses I've taken in school and everything like that. And I had a lot of self doubt because it was a big transition for me going to from a public high school, excuse me, to a high caliber university such as Northwestern, where I just felt like all the other students knew more than me. They came from better schools. A lot of them came to private schools and everything like that. My roommate actually went to the private school in New York that I think President Trump's son went to when they were still living in New York and stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, how am I supposed to do this work? How am I supposed to be pre-med and get into medical school? And then I have friends who seem to have more resources than me in college, and they were saying, you know what? Medicine, pre-med, I'm just not cut out for this. So they took time away. They said, you know what? I'm going to just drop chemistry. I'm not going to do that for a couple quarters and see what happens. Some of them ultimately decided that they were never going to do medicine, so they had no hard feelings about it, but there was other students who struggled because they definitely wanted to be a doctor. Maybe they had parents who were doctors, or it was just expected that they were going to go to college and they were ultimately going to become a physician. And so my mom, she actually went to Northwestern too, so she knows exactly what Northwestern is all about, the academics, the rigors of everything like that. But she wasn't pre-med or anything like that. She majored in, what was it, African American studies, and I think a minor in journalism because she likes to write and she's written for the newspaper. But the point of the story that I want to make is I probably called home, was telling her all the problems I was having with school, academically, with this chemistry class, and I got like a care package from her. I got a speech from her, and I remember she wrote this thing called Don't Get Off the Boat. She says, Jason, it's a lot of work to graduate from Northwestern, but you can totally do it. And you also have to remember that you're on this boat, and too often people get off the boat too soon. You don't know how far away you are from the shoreline or from the lighthouse, so don't jump ship and you're going to jump into this water where you have no clue what's going to happen. But if you hold on to this boat, if you stay onto this boat, the shoreline will come into sight at some point, and you're going to be able to successfully dock your boat and move forward with your career and what you want to do to get into medical school, because I'm confident in you. I believe in you. I see how much you work, your academics, the type of person you are, what you bring to the table. And even though I'm not in the medical field, I see that you have a lot of traits and qualities that would be very, very beneficial to the field of medicine. So that's the story that I got from my mother, and it's Mother's Day, so I'm going to do a tribute to her for that encouragement, because now I'm at the point where graduating from medical school soon, all of that, I'm going to have a successful career in medicine. But it all started with that moment in freshman year of college, not knowing if I would even make it through that first pre-med class of general chemistry, and I was able to do that. And I know there's other students out there right now. You're probably questioning whether you have what it takes. Maybe you face some setbacks along the way, and you're just struggling, and you've unmet questions and answers about what are the next steps, what can you do. And I would tell you that if you're struggling, if you're not sure, that you need to hold on to your dream, hold on to it. Don't let anybody take that away from you. But also at the same time, be realistic about your expectations and what's going on in your life that's preventing you from excelling academically. Because sometimes I'll get students who reach out to me and they'll have a GPA of like a 2.4 or so, and they're telling me that they had some external factors got in the way of their studies and they had some personal issues going on that affected their ability to do their coursework while they were in college. And you do not want to put yourself in that type of situation where you have these factors that are being detrimental to your GPA, because if you have a 2.4, that's going to be extremely hard for you to make up for no matter what you try to do. So if that's the case, then that's a time where you actually do need to dock that boat sooner than later and get some help, call in the Coast Guard or whatever you need to do to get some help for you so that you don't totally derail and totally lose out and having a chance of getting into medical school, because a GPA that low is just too much of a red flag for AdComs, and they're really not going to be able to do much for you. Even trying to get into a post-bac program, a lot of them, they'll want you to have about a 2.9 GPA or better. So if you're at a 2.4, 2.5, or anything like that, there's just not much that anybody can tell you about what you can do to improve your chances for getting into medical school. But the point I want to make overall is to don't get off the boat. Yes, there's going to be times you're going to question, you're going to have self-doubt about your ability to make it as a pre-med, to make it to medical school. But if you continue to work hard, reach out for help, and don't give up on your dream, and even have people in your corner who are rooting for you. It could be your mother, it could be a mentor, or it could be somebody else who's doing everything possible that they can to help you move along in your dream and goal, becoming a doctor. It's totally possible, because I look at where I've been, some of the obstacles I had to overcome, and now where I'm at right now is just one of the greatest feelings to have that transformation, to go from that student who had a lot of self-doubt, who felt like everybody else was smarter than them, I was the dumbest person in the classroom, and all of that, and then to be in the hospital, the physician is saying, wow, Jason, you're really smart. I like what you bring to the table. We're going to implement some of the things that you said in the OR with other students. And they call that, oh, that's the Jason or the Spears recommendation or whatever, because of what I bring to the table. But none of that would have been possible if I said, you know what, this is too hard. I don't think I can do it. I'm going to just give up, or I'm going to just take a quarter or two off and reassess, reevaluate what I want to do. And if you're in that situation, you just really need to think long term. That's the biggest advice I have for you. Think long term about what you're trying to do and what's going to be the best way to get yourself where you ultimately need to be. Because too many times people are thinking in the here and now, and I'm telling them, no, that's not what you want to do. If you do that, yes, it might help now, but long term, when you're thinking about everybody else who's applying to medical school, you just put yourself at a huge disadvantage. So that's not what you want to do. And if you do have questions about advising, getting into medical school, coming up with a plan of action, the strategy, reach out to me. I want to help you guys get into medical school, become doctors, get your white coat and stethoscope. And if your mother's still alive, give her a call, do something special for her, because she put a lot into you as a human being and is really, really concerned about your success and seeing you move to the next level. So make sure you show your appreciation for your mother on this Mother's Day, and even the people who aren't your mother who have helped you get where you need to be. And again, this is Jason with drpremed.com signing off and wishing everyone that they go out and say Happy Mother's Day to their mother or the influential women who have been in their lives.